All right. Hold on. Now we ready to talk. What's going on, Quakes? How y'all feeling? I'm feeling delicious. I'm feeling great. I'm looking good. I'm feeling what? Let me move the chain. I'm feeling what? Blessed and highly favored. Oh yes, absolutely. All right. Hello. I'm back again with another video, and today we're going to talk about religion. In my experience, more so with religion and where I'm at with it now, because let me tell ya, it's been a journey. It's been a situationship that it's been a couple things, all right? So, yeah. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start you off with what I believe religion is. Religion, to me, is basically something that you're able to confide in, you know, something you're able to talk to at all times, something or someone that you're able to connect with on a different level than you can with anybody else on this earth physically. That's what I think religion is. And also, I believe that religion is the best at bringing people together to bring people down. I said it. But I'm not here to bash religion, and let me tell you that right now. I'm gonna get more into it, but that's what I believe as of right now. Not saying that all religions do that, because they absolutely do not. And for those religions that do tend to do that, not everyone in them is like that either. So that's what I need to clarify right now, because I know a lot of y'all just got a little pressed right now, and I don't want you to be pressed. Get unpressed. Uncrease yourself. We don't need no starch on some jeans. Calm down. When I say that because my experience personally, and I'm talking about more so Christianity, being black, growing up in a black household, like, that's just what it is. Usually, and I'm not even talking about in my case because I'm gay, we're gonna just go with anything. So let's say that there is a young lady in the church, and she comes in and she's like, yeah, it's my new church home, and yeah, I'm gonna feel great. And she starts to make those connections with everybody. She's friends with the evangelist, she's friends with all the deacons, she loves little children, they love her, she cool with the pastor, she come up there and she be singing and giving her notes and high notes all at the choir. But through the grapevine, you know, something happens where they find out that she is pregnant. And not only is she pregnant, she's pregnant with someone that the church deems unworthy. And now the church disregards that young lady for the wonderful person that she is, and those connections she's made, and just as a human being. And now they're completely like, oh, we're done with you. We're washing our hands. Now everybody's talking about her behind her back. And she comes to church and she feels the tension, but nobody really wants to say anything. That's what I'm talking about in Christianity. That's what I see a lot. There's a whole bunch of judgment in a place where it says it's not supposed to judge. Come as you are. But it seems like, for the most part, again, for the most part, not all, for the most part, what I've seen is when people come as they are and are 100% themselves, they don't really get the great treatment that someone else would if they were to kind of shape and shift themselves in order to fit the life that everyone else in the church life wants them to fit in. And I don't think that's not okay. For a religion that is all about uplifting and coming together and with brothers and sisters in Christ, I don't feel that all the time. And I definitely did not feel that with my story. My story starts off being a young little lad, you know, and I wouldn't say confused about my sexuality, because I knew who I was a very long time ago. I'm talking about kindergarten, knew who I was. So yeah, I knew who I was. I was afraid of everyone else's opinion and going to hell, because that is instilled in your brain from the get-go if you are in a black household and you're Christianity. And I know a lot of you who aren't in a black household but follow Christianity, y'all know that's usually what goes down. So having that instilled in you you grow a fear and you try to shift your ways so that people won't see inside who you really are. And let me tell you something, that didn't work out for me because I'm very vibrant. Like, look at my outfit. I swear I just fell into my wardrobe and I had this on because I cannot hide who I am, and neither can you. The more you suppress that one thing you're trying to get rid of or you're trying to hide from everybody else, the more it's just gonna be like, hey, we're here, knocking at the door, let us out, let us out. Have a serious walk. I've been told I have a serious walk. My walk is, and I quote, a powerful woman walk. One of my friends told me that I have a walk of a powerful woman. You know, I have a very serious, statuesque, like, I'm gliding across the street. That's just what it is. That is my kiki tail. When everyone says, if they look at me, that's how they know, because of my walk. And hey, I don't see it, but if everybody else is saying it, it has to be correct. So that's what I mean by certain things that you try to hide or you trying to switch up so that you can hide it out and not be seen. It's gonna pop up and you're just gonna be like, ooh, well, I guess that's that. The cat's out the bag. Meow. So that happens. And, you know, after they figure out what's going on, they have their little hunch about what's going on. It's even more difficult to try to hide that at that point. So after a while, I was just like, you know what? It's what it is. It is what it is. So around 10, 12, I wasn't even out to my mother. Came out to my mother. We had a very sentimental moment, crying, like snot flinging, but we were cool. I was very comfortable with it. I'm like, my mama took my secret. She okay with it. I'm good. If my mama was okay with it, oh, everybody else can kick rocks without shoes on. Absolutely. I couldn't care less. Because you can always have a hunch on something, but you will never know anything for certain until that person tells you what it is. I don't care. I don't care. You can see this person eating veggies all the time, only broccoli, only eating green smoothies, only eating spinach and leaves off the trees. You can be like, okay, they're a vegetarian. Until they tell you that, you don't know, because then you'll end up shocked when you go out to eat and you see them devouring a burger. When I went to church, I was into it. I was friends with everybody. I was cool with everybody. And you know, there's a lot of older people there, so I felt like the family vibe. After that came out, next Sunday, ooh, I just felt a difference. Like, it was just like, ooh, everyone's trying to stay away from me, you know? And being little, you feel that. You notice it. People don't think that children notice those certain things. We absolutely do. I picked up on that and I felt the type of way. I was really hurt by that. So that ended up creating a lot of resentment in my brain and my heart about the church and people who are affiliated with Christianity in general. I was lost at that point. I was angry, I was upset, and after that, I remember coming home every night from school crying myself to sleep. Like, oh my God, take it away. Take away the gay. I just want to be normal. I want people to treat me like I was being treated before everybody found out. I was crushed. And for you to be 10, 12, 11, going through that, that's a lot, you know? And afraid to tell your mother how that made you feel because, again, I thought like this was the end all be all. And it was continued to be pushed in church that homosexuality was a sin. And I was like, okay, yeah, it's in the book, but there's plenty of other things that's in the book as well that I feel like are skimmed over or not taken as serious as certain parts in the book. That's also why I have a little bit of a give or take with it, just a little bit, because there's a lot of pick and choosing what we want to bring up and what we want to allow. As I got older, I started to distance myself from the church. I didn't go as much, and I wouldn't say I grew a hate, but I was wounded. I was wounded. If someone stabbed you in the back, you would be afraid to be around that person for the rest of your life, would you not? Because you're like, oh my God, I got stabbed in the back, right near the kidneys. I could potentially get stabbed again. I don't want to have to go through that, so I'm gonna stay away from it. That's what I did. Recently, I went through a very, very, very rough patch in my life with my mother. Like, we had the whole, like, coming of age type of problems. The people that I thought would never be able to fix the situation were the people from my church. Exactly. It's been years. I am 20 years old, and all of that happened with me resenting and feeling the pain when I was around 12. So that's more than a decade of me just, well, actually, no, it's not. Girl, I'm not in school right now. Don't judge me. But it's a long time of me feeling wounded and burned by their actions. Let's just say that. So it was a long time of me feeling wounded and burned by their actions. And the pastor and the first lady came over, and I was a little skeptical because, again, if someone stabbed you in your kidneys, to you, it felt like they stabbed you in their kidneys. Maybe that was not their intention, but if somebody stabs you in their kidneys, you're gonna try to avoid them because you're like, oh my God, I got stabbed in the kidneys, don't want to feel that again. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So they came, and immediately when I saw them, all my guard went down. This had to be the exact moment this had to happen. This had to be the exact moment where you all came back into my life for me to even feel this type of way right now. I had to grow. They had to grow. The situation had to happen in order for these things to happen. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that. First lady and pastor come in, and like I said, all my guards, all my bricks were knocked down immediately when I saw their face. I felt love. I felt love in a very long time that I didn't feel when I was a child. At that moment, I didn't feel it then, but as soon as they came in and they hugged me, I felt it. And it felt so good to have that back because I've been so indifferent with religion, and I still kind of am. I still am. But having that situation happen and having myself realize and go through that again, I do want to get back into religion, and I want to make sure that I'm doing it in a way that uplifts me and makes me feel good. They came in and they literally, like, in about 30 minutes, fixed the whole situation, broke down the problems so easily. And I admire that. And I thank you, because I know you're watching. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing and everything you're going to continue to do. They came in, they broke it down so easily, so sickening. Oh yes, it was amazing. They listened to me, they listened to my mother, they took in the information. There were no sides taken, which was also another shocker to me. I was like, oh, really? Y'all not on my mom's side, just her side? You all are actually really listening. Like, again, I was hurt. I didn't know what to expect. So for all of this to happen so positively, completely knocked me off my rocker. And I was like, wow, this is love. You can have your opinion. It's what you say. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And it's always needed to be said with respect. Respect people. Treat people how you want to be treated. And at that moment, I felt all of that. And that felt so good, so refreshing. Because I wasn't raised to be disrespectful. I'm going to respect anyone and everyone until I feel like I'm not being respected back. Then I'm going to cut it. That's just me. Respect is earned. Disrespect is also earned. So that comes along with the territory. You know, I know a lot of people have these situations where people are coming in and they just being rude, disrespectful. And you're like, you know what? Okay, time for your own medicine. Open up, and you give it back. And then they have a whole problem with that when they actually get what they've been giving you back. Oh, it's all earned. You take it in, you analyze it, and then you give back what they deserve. Am I right? I know I'm right. You ain't got to tell me. Thank you all so much for listening to the story. I hope that it was entertaining. I hope it was informative. And I hope you all learned something from it, because that's all I be wanting from my videos, is for you all to get a little laugh, feel better about yourselves, feel motivated, feel confident, and learn something. That's all I be wanting. That's all I need. That's all I want. Bye, Quakes.